Chapter 1: Unmasking the Dark Forces. Have you ever wondered why, despite all the knowledge we possess, our planet continues to suffer from pollution? We live in an age of information abundance, a time when knowledge about our environment's fragility and the devastating effects of pollution is readily available. Yet, our world seems to be sinking deeper into an environmental crisis. Why is that? Here's a thought. The problem isn't just about what we're doing to our world. It's also about what's going on in our minds. There are unseen forces at work, psychological factors that often drive pollution and hinder our environmental progress. Let's call them dark forces. First, there's apathy. It's easy to fall into the trap of complacency, thinking our individual actions won't make a difference in the grand scheme of things. But every bit counts. Every plastic bag not used, every car trip replaced by a bike ride, they all add up. Then there's denial. It's a defense mechanism, really. We convince ourselves that the situation isn't as dire as scientists say, or that climate change is a problem for future generations, not ours. But the harsh reality is that the effects of pollution are happening here and now, and we need to face them head-on. Lastly, we have short-term thinking. In our fast-paced world, we often prioritize immediate convenience over long-term sustainability. But the choices we make today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. These dark forces, apathy, denial, and short-term thinking, may be invisible, but their impact is all too real. They cloud our judgment, skew our priorities, and ultimately contribute to the pollution crisis we're facing today. But here's the good news. Once we recognize these forces, we can start to combat them. And the even better news? Many individuals and communities are already doing just that. Understanding these dark forces is the first step in combating the pollution crisis. Let's explore how some individuals and communities are doing just that. Chapter 2: Real-World Heroes. Around the world, everyday heroes are rising against the dark forces, making significant strides in the fight against pollution. Their stories, marked by courage and determination, inspire us all to take action for a cleaner planet. In the heart of the bustling city of Manila, a 17-year-old girl named Isabel has taken the initiative to lead one of the largest beach cleanups in her community. Every weekend, she rallies her friends and neighbors, armed with gloves and garbage bags, to comb the beaches and pick up litter. Their collective efforts have not just cleaned up their local beach, but also sparked a growing awareness about ocean pollution among the city's residents. Across the Pacific, in San Francisco, a community has revolutionized their approach to waste management. The residents of this vibrant city have implemented a successful recycling and composting program, diverting a staggering 75% of their waste from landfills. This remarkable achievement has earned them the title of the greenest city in America. Their story serves as a powerful testament to what communities can achieve when they unite against the dark forces of pollution. On the other side of the world, a small business in Copenhagen, Denmark, is making waves with its innovative eco-friendly alternatives. The company, aptly named Green Innovations, has developed a line of biodegradable packaging materials, challenging the dominance of plastic in the packaging industry. Their products, derived from plant-based materials, decompose naturally, within months, offering a sustainable solution to plastic pollution. These are just a few examples of the many real-world heroes who are standing up against pollution, each in their own unique way. Their actions, big and small, are creating ripples of change around the globe. These heroes show us that change is possible when we confront the dark forces of pollution head-on. Their stories remind us that we too can be part of this global movement, that we too can make a difference. So, let's take inspiration from these heroes and join the fight against pollution. After all, it's our planet, and its future is in our hands. Chapter 3: The Power of Collective Action. One person can make a difference, but imagine what we could achieve together. Our world is full of examples of collective action, where people join forces to bring about change. This powerful tool is not only applicable in the political or social arena, but it's also a game changer in combating pollution. Let's take a journey back in time to the 70s, an era marked by the first Earth Day, where millions of Americans took to the streets to protest environmental ignorance. This grassroots movement led to the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency and the passage of the Clean Air, Clean Water, and Endangered Species Acts. This is the power of collective action. Fast forward to our era, and we see a surge in citywide car-free days, from Paris to Bogota. These initiatives are not only reducing air pollution, but also promoting healthier lifestyles. The impact is significant. It's estimated that car-free days in Bogota alone remove close to 100,000 tons of CO2 from the atmosphere annually. And it doesn't stop there. How about the global tree planting campaigns? In Ethiopia, citizens planted over 350 million trees in a single day, setting a world record. This massive effort is part of a wider reforestation campaign to plant 4 billion trees across the country. These movements show what we can accomplish when we act together. They serve as a beacon of hope, illuminating the path towards a cleaner and more sustainable future. But remember, collective action starts with individual commitment. It starts with you and me making conscious choices each day. Whether it's choosing to walk instead of drive, or planting a tree in your backyard, every action matters. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the pollution problem. But when we look at these examples, we see that change is possible. That together, we can turn the tide. When we unite against the dark forces of pollution, we wield the power to protect and restore our planet. Chapter 4: The Call to Action. Now that we understand the dark forces driving pollution, it's time to ask, what can you do? Let's start with something simple yet powerful: reducing waste. Every piece of plastic not thrown away, every item recycled or composted, diminishes the burden on our planet. It's about making conscious decisions, like choosing a reusable water bottle over a disposable one, or opting for a cloth bag instead of plastic. These small actions, when multiplied by millions of people, can make a tremendous difference. Then consider the power of your wallet. Supporting eco-friendly businesses sends a clear message to the market. We value the health of our planet. Look for companies that prioritize sustainability in their practices, from sourcing materials to packaging. And remember, every purchase is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. But it doesn't stop there. One of the most impactful ways you can combat pollution is by getting involved in local environmental initiatives. Plant a tree, join a community cleanup, or advocate for policies that protect our environment. Your voice and your actions matter. And in this digital age, don't underestimate the power of sharing. Use social media to spread awareness about the importance of combating pollution. Share your eco-friendly habits and inspire others to do the same. Together, we can create a ripple effect of positive change. Taking action doesn't mean you have to do everything at once. Start small and gradually incorporate more sustainable habits into your life. It's about progress, not perfection. And remember, every action counts, no matter how small it may seem. Each of us has a role to play in protecting our planet. We are not powerless in the face of these dark forces. In fact, we hold the power to change the course of our planet's future. All it takes is the courage to take that first step and the perseverance to keep going. By taking action, you become a beacon of light in the fight against the dark forces of pollution. Chapter 5. The Path Forward. The future of our planet lies in our hands. Together, we can turn the tide against pollution. We've journeyed through the murky depths of the dark motivations that drive pollution. We've unmasked the psychological factors that hinder our progress towards a cleaner, greener world. But the journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. In this quest for a sustainable world, it's important to remember that we're not alone. We've seen real-world heroes who have stepped up to the plate, embracing eco-friendly practices and inspiring their communities to do the same. They've shown us that change is possible, that every small step counts. We've also discovered the sheer power of collective action. When we band together, when we combine our efforts, we can achieve incredible things. The fight against pollution is no exception. It's a gargantuan task, yes, but not an insurmountable one. Not when we're armed with knowledge and determination. And now, the call to action echoes louder than ever. It's a call that demands our attention, our engagement, our commitment. The urgency of this call cannot be overstated. The state of our environment isn't just a concern for future generations. It's a pressing issue that affects us all, here and now. We need to take a stand. We need to challenge the status quo. We need to question our actions, our habits, our choices. We need to ask ourselves, are we contributing to the problem, or are we part of the solution? We've laid bare the hidden motivations behind pollution. We've shone a light on the dark forces that threaten our planet. And now, armed with this knowledge, we have the power to effect change. So, let's move forward. Let's use what we've learned to shape a brighter, cleaner, more sustainable future. Let's be the change we wish to see in the world. Join us in this global effort. Stand against the dark forces of pollution. It's time to take action for our planet.